Genes, the code of life. Everything about life on our planet is closely related to it. For thousands of years, human beings have been searching for the ultimate secret of life. Now that we've been able to solve some practical problems with the new technologies, so let us reintroduce you to gene technology with modern sciences. Unlock your potential and discover the best you.
Because of the new gene technology, we are able to do something.
基因护肤，说句实话，就是非常前沿的这么一个概念了。
This is a very important thing.
Genetic research is very useful when studying the skin.
个体的衰老是可以通过一些方式去调节的。
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome our speaker of the day, Mr. Philip Lee.
Hello. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Right. Thank you, Shumei, for the amazing tee up. Right, for information, Shumei is also one of the biggest beneficiary of the ageLOC technology that I know, right? Okay, maybe you can ask your friends to find out more. Okay, so really good afternoon to friends, everyone here. I'm so grateful to be your speaker, be your ageLOC consultant, right? To share with you a little bit more about what this ageLOC is all about and what this ultimate dual pack is all about, right? Because I'm sure that's what your friends told you as well, that there's something here, right, that could probably change your life, change your health, change the way you live, right? Regardless if you're having an existing health condition or not, or maybe you just want to live youthfully, right? So I'm sure today, right, if you pay full attention, you'll be able to understand more about what this is, right? And how it can help you or even your family and friends around you, like how it has helped mine, all right? So similar to what Shumei has mentioned, right? By background, actually, I am a dietitian. I am a trainer. I deal with a lot of people with health issues, right? People who want to improve their health regardless of their weight, how they feel, but there is always an extent that I can only offer, right? And today you'll be able to see why I actually say this. So yes, why anti-aging? Can I know in the chat box below, right? Anyone here wants to stay young forever, right? If you want to stay young forever, type 1, okay? The moment you type 1, you can stay young forever already. Okay, the faster you type, the better, right? Let's test the response time. Where's the button? Where's the chat box? Okay, it's a reflection of your age as well, huh? All right. So of course, I think everyone here wants to remain youthful, not just in terms of appearance, right? Okay, and even in terms of their health as well. And what is aging, right? Aging happens, it's not just the wrinkles on the face, but there's a lot more to it. And I think if you look here, right, don't get me wrong, guys, aging is a natural process. We can't go against it. It must happen eventually. But what if, right, we can age and age gracefully, right, without all the unwanted side effects of aging, that we do not want. So maybe we have friends here who are teenagers. I'm sure we have some in the room, right? Maybe a handful. Okay, so do we have people in their 2 series, 3 series, 4 series? Where are you? Okay, maybe you're afraid to type in the chat box now. Okay, but irregardless, do you remember the day you first got your first acne? Do you remember, or at least the impression of it? All right, are you still getting acne now? If you are, right, they actually say it's a sign. All right, in Chinese they say Cantonese, already 青春痘 means you're still youthful, you got pimple. All right, so but of course, do you also remember the day you realize that the laugh line here, somehow one day there's a line here that's permanently there? All right, or maybe underneath your eyelids, eye back area, right, there's a few fine lines there. When was the day that you start notice this happening, right? So I did as well, as I'm moving towards my 30s. So of course, the first thing first, you look in the slide, right? The first photo that popped up, I think that's one of the first signs of aging, having wrinkles, and also pigmentation on your skin. All right, I think you guys can relate. Maybe sometimes you look at elderlies, right? They have a lot of pigmentation on their faces, right? But you look at their old photos, they look so different, all right? Besides the physical appearance, what else? Memory, forgetfulness, Alzheimer, all right? And of course, there's one more thing, blood sugar being very high. All this while my family, we have no history of having high blood sugar or diabetes, right? But somehow my mom developed it when she was 60 years old, right? Part and parcel is also because of the side effects of aging. Her ability to digest sugar has slowed down. Heart diseases And I think it's getting a bit scary because nowadays we even hear people who are very young getting heart disease because our lifestyle now is so different, right? I think without the pandemic or the SOPs, right? Technically speaking, food is 24 hours around you. Do you guys still remember the days when McDonald's and everything is 24 hours? You can walk down to the roadside and get a Ramly patty at 2, 3 a.m. Those were the days, right? But I mean, I'm still experience it, right? Right? But because of that, right, a lot of people having health issues, not just that, joint pain. I'm sure you hear it a lot. Even my dad himself complaining, wow, my ankle isn't what it used to be. Now I have to wake up and have to warm it up before I can move, And of course, your stamina, your energy, For example, right, like my grandma, nowadays when we have to plan to travel, we have to take into consideration, right, whereby does that place that we go, do they offer wheelchair services, And because of that, she cannot go to a lot of places. But I still remember when I was young, give or take 20 years ago, right? She could still go to Egypt, but now confirm cannot lah. Even sitting on flights is going to be a burden for her already. So I think we don't want this, right? We don't want this to happen, right? But ultimately, because of time, right? It's unavoidable, it's inevitable, right? But what if, today you guys are here, right? What if there is a way that we can allow this to not just prevent it totally, but it will still happen, but very slowly, very gracefully. And I'll share more with you later. And in case you guys didn't know, right, there is a timetable, right, for when you start experience aging. For example, at age 25, the turning point of your skin, right, reduces already, the collagen, some would call it. At age 40 years old, your eyes, they start to change. At age 50, your kidneys will start to age as well. At different time, your organs start to experience aging at an accelerated rate, right? Way faster than normal, So today, you guys are here, right? And when you have experienced health issues, who do you usually look for? You look for doctors, right? Which is not wrong again. But then again, right, what would they prescribe? What are the solutions to you besides, losing weight, exercising? I think we all know that, right? So to an extent, my father, right, he is also on cholesterol medication. So let's just say today you are diagnosed and being given the cholesterol or blood pressure or any form of medication. I think it will struck you to ask, is that the only way, or is there another path that I could go to, right? Food, or in this case, supplementation, which I'll tell you more about it. So how can ageLOC, this technology today, right, allow us to age gracefully, all right? So I'll be a little bit technical here, a bit science here, right? So the human body, right, the smallest part of our body is what? What's the smallest part of our body? Not our eyes, right? Go even smaller, right? Our cells. All right, even smaller again, there's something called the nucleus, right? Or even smaller than the DNA. I think we all know this, right? We watch a lot of movies, DNA. But there's something even smaller that makes up the DNA, the genes. All right, not the sloa, the pants genes, GENES genes. Okay, so in this example, right, there are two twins. There are a pair of twins, sorry, and they actually have the same DNA, same gene, right? But you notice that the lady on the left, she lived her life very differently. The lady on her right has a very different lifestyle. Maybe the one on the left, maybe she take care of herself. She doesn't expose to the sun a lot, less stress. Maybe on the right, eat a lot of junk food, stress, argue with the husband. Maybe the husband not so good, right? I don't know, right? And because of that, right, they age very differently. And they have the same gene, but very different gene expression. All right, like how twins, right? They might look the same, but they might sound slightly different. All right, so same thing. How your genes talk, all right, is based on your lifestyle, what you eat, how you treat your body. All right. So let's just say you've been treating it bad for the past 10, 20, 30 years already. What do you do now? All right, there is a way to actually overturn it. And that's why we're here today, right? So gene expression is just like a dimmer switch. And today I want to turn it to the youthful knob. All right. Instead of being at the aging knob, I want to turn it to the youthful knob. This is very layman. Well, today, friends, we have smartphones, right? We have phones that can, order food just like that. Technology is really beyond what we can comprehend nowadays. And it all started from this research. They took 2 monkeys. It's a 30 years research, and they found out that if you take care of yourself, right, your gene expression, right, will be mostly green. If you don't take care of yourself, it will be mostly red. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys, okay? So how do they do that? They have a chip. this chip, right, they allow to put our DNA into it, right, and actually map it out like a global map, you know. So this is Malaysia, this is USA, this is Russia, right? So they can say, oh, this is the genetic for white hair. This is the genetic that caused your blood sugar to slow down. This is the genetic that caused you to put on weight easier, to suddenly develop rashes, eczema, you know, all of a sudden something triggered it. It's all inside you, right? So they were able to map it out in this gene, you know, and you realize that the young one is mostly green, but when you are aging, in the middle one, it's red, okay? But when you actually undergo our ageLOC program, right, we are able to reset it back to almost 92%, all right, to where it should be last time, all right? So it's mostly green now. So if we can do that, can you imagine, right, what would it do to our health, how we look, you know? Fine lines, maybe the wrinkles is supposed to appear by 25, right, but it only appeared by 40, 50, because you took care of yourself. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? So in a more layman term, right, if today, let's say I pinch you, right, okay, you're in pain, sakit, Philip, all right, and you take a painkiller. Okay, you take a painkiller, just hypothetically, you don't feel the pain anymore, all right? But I'm still pinching you, right? You're supposed to solve what? The pain on me. Stop pinching me, Philip, okay? That's what you should do, right? So same goes for what we're trying to do here, right? When you open the tap of water, right, the water is flowing, you should off the tap, not mop the floor. Taking medications like painkiller, right, temporarily just relieve the symptom. You're not feeling the pain, but the problem is still there. The source of the problem is still there. And today, ageLOC, right, what we're trying to do is we're trying to solve this problem. All right, we're trying to target the root cause, right? So whatever problems that you're facing now, right, can be resolved. Okay, so this is for your information. I think earlier, if you tune in on time, you would have saw our Discovery Channel video. Yes, because when I say it sounds amazing, right, this ageLOC technology, you know, why haven't I heard of it? Maybe, right? Maybe you're just underinformed because you're not in the industry. But actually, ageLOC is featured in a lot of places, even Discovery Channel. And Discovery Channel, they do not advertise. So they were once featured in 2012, and they were featured again earlier this year, 2020, earlier last year, 2020. All right, back in 2012, you know, you would see our professor in the video. Okay, but they never mentioned Nu Skin this name because they are not allowed to advertise. But in 2020, right, the entire series is called Discovery Channel X Nu Skin. They made it just for us because even after a decade, right, there's still no company, no healthcare company, right, that can come close to what we have, which is this ageLOC technology that is so revolutionary, so life-changing, that we have found, some would say, the fountain of youth. Okay, so yes, this ultimate duo, right? Okay, what is it, Philip? All right, now that you've mentioned it, you know, okay, so actually it compromises of two products. The one on my left, all right, it's called U-Span, all right, and you can see in the ingredients, right? There's fish, some maybe you never heard of, some you might have heard of. All right, fish oil, for example, you might have heard of that. CoQ10, you might have heard of that. D3, alpha lipoic acid, you know. Okay, so these ingredients are very common. They're very good for the body, right? So you notice that for us, for this product, right, it's not just a component, but it's a blend of all these ingredients, right, that can give you the ageLOC effect. All right, it's the best of every ingredient, and with specific ingredients together, right? Okay, it can give you that anti-aging effect. You know, and the one on my right is actually called R-Square. Again, a blend of ingredients. And they are actually able to blend all these ingredients into one capsule, right, with both liquid, powder, and oil into it, you know. This is a technology that only we have for convenience, right? So it's something that you would never, ever see in the market. Even if you were to go individually buy for this, I guarantee you won't find it. Why? Because my girlfriend Eva's sister is a pharmacist herself, right? And I went into the pharmacy and I tried looking for certain products. It's not available. And even if you do, right, you're going to end up popping 20, 30 pills, and that's crazy, all right? So this is just a brief idea of what this is, right? Okay, so today, you know, before I proceed to tell you more about how this ageLOC technology can help you, right, I have, all right, I forgot to change the name, right? It's Dr. Tan Soon Yee, all right? I have invited, right, a special guest speaker, and he himself, Soon Yee, right, he's very a well-known doctor, all right, working currently in Cebu as well, and he has benefited so much from the ageLOC technology and has helped so many people transform from it as well, all right, and becoming a big believer himself. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Tan Soon Yee, right, to actually do his sharing.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and my friends here. All right, and I see new friends as well. Yeah, how are you today? Okay, so I was invited to this session, Dual Day, to talk about what I see this ageLOC technology and this ultimate dual from a medical perspective. So by the way, I'm a medical doctor currently working in Cebu. All right, I just want to start this sharing by asking all of you, right? Do you think doctors generally trust supplements? If you think it's yes, right, can you give me 1 in the chat box? If you think it's no, you give me 1.3. Not 2, 1.3. Yeah, I see whether you focus or not. Okay, the answer is yes. Doctors generally don't trust supplements, and same goes to me. Because we are not taught, right, to recommend supplements to patients. We are not taught on supplements in our university, in our medical study. But why, right, today I trust this ageLOC and this PharmaNex Ultimate Dual, these supplements, right? Just want to share on my story, how I get to know this ageLOC Ultimate Dual. Okay, I think few years back, when I started to go into my medical, when I finished my internship, right, and then I worked in neurosurgery department. As you know, right, in neurosurgery department, we were dealing with the brains and the nerves, the spinal cord. Yeah, all these are very delicate jobs, and it takes up a lot of my energy. I actually got very drained from my work. I get tired easily. So at the, I remember the worst scenario was I had the 26 hours operation in assisting my surgeon, 26 hours non-stop. Yes, you didn't hear it wrong. It's more than 1 day, 26 hours. So I was so tired, right? I remember even though I had my 6 to 8 hours of sleep, I still wake up very haggard and lethargic. I was looking for solutions. How can I solve this reduced energy? How can I solve the problem of lethargy? So subconsciously, I was also trying a few supplements that was hoping it can help me. But however, I just couldn't feel the difference. Until one day, when I met my friend, he is Chichai, I believe he's also here, and he just introduced me this technology called ageLOC. Initially, of course, I was doubtful and I was skeptical. I know supplements generally do not cause harm to our body, but I was skeptical to the extent of how can you tell me the supplement is effective? I have tried a few, right, and it doesn't make a difference. So then I went on to do my own due diligence, right, do my own study. And what amazed me is that, this company, Nu Skin and PharmaNex, right, they are very confident in saying that their supplements results are measurable. What do I mean, right? Today, let me ask you, if you buy supplements from other, pharmacy or other shops, right? Does the seller tell you, right, you can be guaranteed that the supplements are effective and the results can be measured? The answer is most likely is no, because at the moment, right, only Nu Skin has this device called S3 biophotonic scanner. As you can see in my testimonial on the left, yeah, I was amazed by this technology when I knew that, oh, actually my antioxidant score can be measured one. I knew about this antioxidant and free radicals theory. To improve our health, we got to boost our antioxidant. But how do we know what is our antioxidant? Yeah, it's through this device, and this is a breakthrough technology as well by a Nu Skin company. So when I first started, I thought, okay, let me get my score. My score is at the green zone, 40,000. So I give it a try. What I got most benefit from this ultimate dual is I really felt my energy level has improved tremendously. Previously I said I had 6 to 8 hours of sleep, but I don't feel enough. I still wake up very tired. But after ultimate dual, I just need about 4 to 5 hours of deep quality sleep. I can wake up very refreshed. and I can still carry on with my work. I can perform my workouts at home even after my long hours of work. So I really benefited a lot from this ageLOC Ultimate Duo. And you can see my score also increased after 6 months, right? My antioxidant score climbed to 66,000, which is the platinum zone. Yeah. So, and I also want to tell you, right, why I trust this supplement is because of the huge, right, and strong scientific team from Nu Skin. You can see in the scientific advisory board, right, in the picture, okay, the one in circle is actually Dr. Lester Packer. All right, he is the father of antioxidant. By the way, he already passed away, I think 3 years ago. Yeah, the late Dr. Lester Packer was the father of antioxidant. He dedicated most of his lifetime in researching about free radicals and antioxidant. So today, right, if you want to look for the best supplement that help to improve your antioxidant score, of course, you got to look for the father of antioxidant. And the person is in Nu Skin Scientific Advisory Board. And also, this supplement is listed in physician desk reference. So to further prove that it's not just any supplement per se, but the supplement, the efficacy is really proven one. If not, it wouldn't be listed in physician desk reference, because this PDR, right, normally only lists drugs. It wouldn't list any supplements inside. But because ageLOC technology has proven that from clinical studies that the efficacy is shown, that's why it is listed in PDR. And last, right, I would like to share also that, from holistic medicine point of view, each of our body actually has this innate healing ability. That means you see when you were young, yeah, when you fall sick, right, you recover faster. When you are old, when you fall sick, you generally need more time to recover. That is because your innate healing ability has slowed down. So what this Ultimate Duo does to our body is to improve back your innate healing ability, so that whatever damaging factors that is damaging your cells, your body, right, your body is able to fight it. Yeah. So yeah, I trust this company because everything is scientific. Yeah, not just by claim per se. And you can actually find their research also if you go to Google, you type Nu Skin anti-aging science. Yeah, that's all from my sharing. Thanks for inviting me as special guest. Pass back to you, Philip.
Yes, thank you so much, Soon Yee, right? What an amazing and sincere sharing from him. He also had his fair share of skepticism. He didn't jump straight into it, right? He definitely did his due diligence. Similar to him, I had my fair share of skepticism too. And I think he mentioned this part, right, called the physician desk reference, meaning to say, whatever that's listed in this book, right, can only then be prescribed by the doctors. Okay, if it's not inside, it cannot be prescribed. All right. So the thing is, Nu Skin Supplements, right, is the first ever company, and they do not have just one, right, but a whole lot of their supplements listed inside this book. Meaning to say, right, it is not just safe, but it's equally effective, right, to be taken, all right, by anyone. And of course, you look on the right, we have something called the 6S, which is a quality assurance process. All right, and this is very important. Without the 6S, right, all that is whatever I'm saying, right, I'm just saying it. There's nothing to back. But with this stringent 6S process, right, from selection to sourcing to lastly the step safety and substantiation, right, we're trying to prove to you every step of the way we're monitoring it. And the final 2S, right, okay, simply means that it's safe to be taken by human beings, and it still produces the effect that you want. Because any supplement, they only need to go through 4S. All right, only medical drugs, right, they need to go through 6S. But for Nu Skin, in order to give the public the assurance of trust, right, because there are people who are uncertain, about all these supplements, but to give you guys an assurance of trust, right, they went through the entire 6S. And not just that, I'm sure what's the biggest hype happening right now? I think everyone is posting about Olympics, right? Okay, did you know that our products, right, is certified for sport by the NSF? Meaning to say that athletes can safely consume it. All right, because athletes, right, we are so careful with our national treasures. And I think our very own Dato' Lee Chong Wei in Malaysia, right, one time he accidentally consumed a substance, right, that was banned by the World Sports Association, right, and because of that he was banned for a few years. He couldn't actually compete. It's that scary, right? So they really want to protect us. They don't want us to simply take anything. All right. So if you look into the photo on the right, it's the Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee. All right. And do you know that Nu Skin we're not sponsoring the Chinese Taipei Olympic team? We're not sponsoring. We're partners. We are partners with them for many years, since 1998, if I'm not wrong. That's a lot of, that's more than 20 years already of partnering together. So if you actually look into the product, right, you will see that the CTOC badge is actually on every new skin product, all right, in Taiwan. And if you follow Taiwan team closely, right, they are also holding the new skin products. And I kid you not, you can actually go and find it out. And that's how safe, right, and reputable the products are actually. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to dive straight into the products, right? And I think Soon Yee mentioned a lot about, Dr. Soon Yee just mentioned a lot about energy levels. And I think when we talk about anti-aging, right, and taking supplements, right, we associate a lot with energy levels, right? So every day, right, imagine yourself like your phone, your brand new phone. You have a phone battery, right? When you first bought it, it's so good. It can last you for hours, last you for days. Sometimes you don't charge for 2 days, it can still be used, right? But after using it for some time, you realize your battery is not as effective anymore. When you charge it, it gets hot very fast, right? Same goes for the human body. As we age, right, our ability to actually be in a deep rest, we call it, when we sleep, right, ability to actually recover during our sleep, right, actually reduces as well. So we have a day and night portion to it. And the day portion is to recharge and energize while you're awake. The night portion is to renew and purify while you sleep. And it's because of this exactly, right? I have a lot of friends with sleeping problems, insomnia, if you will, right? They benefit so much from it. So to be even more in depth, right? Imagine you're 20 years old, your battery is at 100% capacity, right? But when you reach 40 years old, you realize that your battery is at 60% because the ability to actually remove the so-called toxins, right, has reduced. At 20 years old, you also have toxin, but in one sleep process, right, you're able to remove the toxin and go back, go another round, right? But at 40 years old, the capacity has reduced. What more, 70 years old, the capacity has even greatly reduced. So what we're trying to do, right, we're going to target this thing called mitochondria, okay, if you guys want. It's like the battery inside your cell, right, allowing it to know how to actually do its work and purify your cell, right, efficiently, effectively. And that's why that you can actually feel your energy much, much better. And that's only one of the benefits that you reap from it. Okay, there's another as well. So if you look into this product, right, there's something called aging defense mechanism, ADM. Okay, basically everyone has it. Everyone has it within your body. Okay, maybe it's your first time hearing it. So I don't want to bombard you with too much medical terms. All right, but let me run through the entire ADM, right? So you get a better picture. And the first one, right, the orange one, you look here, right, it says metabolism regulating mechanism. So actually, what is our metabolism? When we talk about metabolism, it's burning fat, right? But not just that. I'm talking about the lipids in your bloodstream, the blood sugar, the fat and blood sugar inside your bloodstream as well. That's also a part of your metabolism. So actually, it does help in reducing your body's cholesterol, right? Helping you to know how to manage it well. So let me just explain to you in a layman term. Imagine you're driving a car. All right, this car, right, is run by fuel. Okay, so your body is not run by petrol, of course. All right, it's run by food, the food that you eat. Let's just take it as Coca-Cola, sugar, like the food that you eat, So when you drive your car, the petrol burn out, the exhaust, everything come out, right? Okay, and imagine right now, same goes for your body. What if you've been driving your car for 10, 20, 30 years? You have to service your car, right? If not, what will happen? Your exhaust is going to come out a lot of black smokes, and then your petrol, right, it's not as efficient anymore, the consumption. Makan minyak, we call it, it's no longer very efficient. Last time you pay 50 ringgit for full tank, now you pay 100 ringgit for full tank, for example. So the efficiency of your body, of your car has reduced. Same goes for your human body, right? Your ability to actually manage your blood sugar, right, has reduced. So that's one of the reasons why my mom's blood sugar has also gone up, And one of the reasons why a lot of people, when they reach their 40s, right, they start to experience high blood cholesterol in their body. So what this program does, right, it's allowing your body to metabolize, right, like how you would like a brand new car, when you're younger. Simple terms, you can't change your body, right? You can change your car, but you can't change your body, right? So you service your car, you service your body. And when you service it well, right, you are able to actually experience better fuel efficiency in terms of your cholesterol and sugar. All right. And in this blood test report, you can see here, we have a photo, we have taken photo of our clients, right? May's cholesterol actually dropped from more than 200 to 189. All right. total cholesterol. The bad one from 171 dropped to 99. And that's below the limit already. All right. So it's true. Even for my dad, right, it happened to him at the same time. And because of being diligent with it, undergoing the program, right, I can safely tell you guys this, right? My dad is also no longer on the BP medication. And this is real. Okay. And next thing, besides metabolism, let's talk about tissue renewal. So let's just say when you're younger now, oops, all right, when you're younger, right, and you fall down, when you, or let's say look at the photo, you have a cut, you know, which one will recover faster, friends? Left or right? Which wound will recover faster? The left one, right? Why? Very simple, because younger, your ability to recover is faster. That's very layman, right? Very simple to understand. Imagine your brain. You know, as you age, your brain eventually shrinks as well, right? Okay. So because your ability to generate new cells in your brain, right, slow down already. So what if there is a way, right, to maintain your brain function? Because some people start to become very forgetful, right? And what about your bone? You know, I know a lot of people are consuming calcium, right? Okay, but calcium is only half of the story. No matter if your car today has broken, it's not serviced well. You give RON 97, you give RON 100, also pointless because your car is not serviced. It's not about the petrol anymore, friends. It's about your body inside. And that's what ageLOC is doing. We're trying to rectify your body from inside. So whatever you're consuming in future, right, you'll be absorbing it. So how can you actually absorb things, right, when your car is not even serviced? Makes sense, right? Okay. So next thing, your muscles. When you start to age, right, your muscles also reduce, shrink, right? That's why you see some elderlies, they are no longer as strong as they used to be because their ability to build muscle has reduced. So imagine all this condition, right? There is a way to reverse it. There is a way to allow you to age gracefully, you know? Okay, let's talk about the brain first. So when you start to experience aging, right, what do you have? Poor memory, you know, maybe some old folks, people, they have dementia. Right? It's a real problem, friends, and it's affecting a lot of family, right? So our product, right, has been proven. They have a clinical test on it. They found out that by consuming, they run MRIs on the brain, right? They found out that the brain activity, right, is much better after consuming the product for a period of time. In other words, right, it helps to support your healthy brain function, your memory. And an example I can give you, right, is this lady. Her name is Helen, right? Many years back, probably back in 2014 or 15, right? She had a stroke, a hemorrhagic stroke, the brain, the vessels rupture in the brain, right? And because of that, what's the typical symptoms of a person that survived from stroke? Half of their sight is actually affected, depending left or right. And because of that, right, when she smiles, a bit crooked, of course, when she walks, she's limping. But if you see the photo on the right, she has a full recovery, not almost, she has a full recovery. Yeah, her name is actually Helen. And she was 65 years old back then. Now she's about 71, 72, right? And I've met her in person before. No, she does not look like a person that experienced stroke. And I remember that day, the next morning, right, at 5 to 6 a.m., right, we had a 5 km walk together. And she did it. She can still drive, you know, despite experiencing stroke, you know. And I'm not saying that it's a cure, friends. But if you think about it, if Helen at 65 years old got stroke and Helen at 20 years old got stroke, both of them need to go through the same therapy. But who will recover faster? Younger Helen, right? But imagine now Helen being on the product, right? It's as though her body is younger and she still have to do the physios and everything, but she is recovering way faster because her body is at a younger state right now. Her brains are able to form new cells again, right? Amazing, isn't it? Okay. Another thing is your heart, all right? These are very common examples. So imagine, right, your house, you brought a brand new house, the pipes are very good, all right? But you can't see, right, because the pipes are within the walls. After 10, 20, 30 years, right, the pipes might have been rusty already. It's not flexible already. Imagine your body, the same thing. Your veins and arteries in your body, right? These are the pipes, okay? Imagine after 20, 30 years, I wouldn't say it's rusty, but it's no longer flexible. You know, it's no longer flexible. And because of that, right, the chances of it bursting is higher, right? Because it's not flexible. And imagine this, what if you're stressed from work, from other reasons, visceral fat maybe, already blood arteries not flexible, tambah high blood pressure some more, all right? So imagine your pipe rusty, but the water is rushing in, you know, and then you imagine this, somehow inside the pipe was sand, rocks blocking it. You know, when you go gardening, right, you want the water to shoot further, you actually narrow the tip, right? so that the water shoots forward. Same thing. So high pressure, narrow vessels, rusty pipes, what are you gonna get? It's a recipe for what? A recipe for disaster, right? The pipe is gonna burst. All right. So what if it bursts in your heart attack, or you get blocked? Same thing. Same goes for your brain. What if it gets blocked? What if it bursts? Experience stroke. So what if there is a way, right? Like I mentioned, with to help with your cholesterol, but also to help with your blood pressure, right? And also help with this thing, very special, very unique, the flexibility, right, of your heart, of your vessels, the integrity, right? The elasticity, we call it, there is a way. All right, because there's no medication that can actually help for this, because the medication that you're taking probably just dilate your vessel or constrict it, that's all, right? But that's just temporary. That's why you have to take it every day long term. But what if, right, I'm actually targeting the root cause like this? Think about it, friends, right? It makes so much sense. Okay, another thing, joint and bone. All right, every example I'm giving you, I can immediately relate to my father already, because he is like the cliche example of someone aging, all right? Knee pain, can't take the stairs, very common, right? Okay, perhaps there's no more cushioning, that's why they say a lot of impact happening there. So what do people do, right? Maybe they go for injection, right? The fluid inside or whatnot. Osteoporosis, like I said, I think I gave an example just now. No matter how the best calcium, okay, I don't know if there is, the best calcium you're going to give your body, it's not going to be absorbed, right? Because your body is not absorbing it, it's aging, right? But through dual pack, right, we're actually able to help you restructure it, all right, inside your body. So if you're having, and I know a lot of people taking this, right? For example, this lady here, she has knee pain, and knee pain can be very, very bothering, guys. She has been having knee pain for 10 years, right? And just keep popping painkiller. I think even if the knee can take it, the kidney cannot take it, right? She cannot squat down, no energy. But with this program, right, her knee pain is gone, And you imagine, sometimes you just want to go down for a walk, right? You're also lazy because the pain is there. It's a small problem, but I can tell you it lingers there, right? 5-10 years, you don't want to walk, right? That's where a lot of health problems even come, right? So everything is interlinked, friends. Everything is interlinked. Inflammation in your body. I think some of us maybe heard this word before. Some of us haven't. Everything is something related to inflammation, all right? And it's not like the iron board, you iron your hand, immediately become red. That's inflammation, but that is like immediate. What if it's like low-key, like a poison, right, in your body, having that inflammation in the long run? It's gonna break your body inside, And what about your DNA? That's why we always produce normal cells and cells which are not that normal, right? But the body can filter it. But what if it cannot filter anymore due to stress, due to genetic? That's when you actually start developing cancer cells on whatever in your body may be. The ability to filter it has reduced. So our program, right, is actually able to help in terms of that filter, that DNA protection, right? And also in terms of the inflammation, okay? Take an example for this man over here, right? So he has colorectal cancer. He has a tumor marker, right, above the limit. But after consuming the product, right, he realized that the tumor marker actually went down. And I do have one of my customers' mother, right? She had this tumor in the stomach. It's benign, it means not harmful. For many years, decades, every time it goes for check, right, the marker is always exceeding. But doctors say don't tamper with it, don't touch out it, because it's not bothering you, right? But somehow, by just taking the product, not for the tumor, for other health reasons, right, somehow the tumor is gone. She was having the shock of her life too. And I also cannot explain to her, but I'm just grateful that she's experiencing all these all-rounded health benefits. All right, rheumatoid, same thing, affecting your joints, right? It's a very serious problem. One of my customers' father has been taking steroids for a decade. Yeah, and because of that, right, his kidney is really beyond deterioration, really. Right, and we don't want that happening, right? And actually, it does help with your joint, right? Your rheumatoid arthritis, right? Because it's a form of inflammation as well. All right, and lastly, the antioxidant defense. Okay, so what is this antioxidant defense? It's something Dr. Soon Yee mentioned earlier, right? So for layman, imagine a rusty nail, right? Exposed to air, exposed to water, it becomes rusty. But what if I were to spray, some oil on it, right, to shield it from being rusty? That's what we're trying to achieve here. I'm trying to protect your cells so that it doesn't get damaged, it doesn't get oxidized, right? Okay, and that way, right, you remain youthful your whole life, you remain healthy your whole life, and similar to what Dr. Tan Soon Yee mentioned, there is a way that we can measure your score. There is a way that we can objectify it. It's not just you say, I say, but there is something to measure it called the S3 biophotonic scan. And this is actually my uncle. Dr. Tan started from green, right? My uncle started from red, right? But today he ended up at green zone, you know? So if you ask me, right, it works. My uncle has no health condition, by the way, but he just wants to be healthy because he feels his energy level going down as well. And he feels the biggest improvement, right, after a few months consuming it. And it cannot lie, right? I measured him, I measured the wife, I measured the son even, and they were all at the lower range, red and orange. But I measured the parents-in-law, right? And the parents-in-law are in their 70s. They're all in the blue zone. Why? They have been consuming ageLOC Pharmanex product for years, you know, and I never knew that back then because they didn't get it from me. All right, I only found out after. Okay, amazing, isn't it? Okay, so for Ultimate Duo, right, you notice that I cover a whole range because today I cannot just solve this problem, solve that problem. Once I overhaul the body, right, I must overhaul systemic, full body, and you experience a full range of benefits. You know, you cannot like, oh, I just don't want wrinkles. I don't care about my blood sugar. No, it doesn't work that way, friends, right? I don't care about my bone. You know, I just care about my eye. It doesn't work that way. It's an all-rounded solution, all right? And today, friends, it's not just gonna be me. Actually, I have a special someone, right? We have invited this guest sharer, right? And she's one of the beneficiaries of the product as well. And she is going to share with us her experience, right? So friends, do give her a lot of love and applause, right? Because she'll be sharing to all of us here. All right, she doesn't have to, but she's willing to, right? And I think because of that, she deserves all the encouragement and love from us, okay? So without further ado, let me welcome Ila, right? Ila, whenever you're ready.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Philip. Okay, my name is Ila. I am 37 years old and I'm a business owner. So what happened was in year 2019, in my attempt and desperate attempt to lose weight, I did a ketogenic diet. Okay, a diet where I add a low carbohydrate food and high fat food. Okay, so what happened back then was I had a severe eczema flare. Okay, I remember I went to actually wash my clothes using the powder sabun. Okay, and suddenly my fingers started to get very, very itchy. I started to scratch and it became really bad. Okay, and it doesn't stop there. What happened then is I started to have this eczema on my abdomen. I never had that. Okay, and then it was really itchy. So when I checked online, they said, oh, it's just a keto flare. You just, go and take some Zytec. So I did. I took Zytec, but it never went away. Okay, I thought it would stop there, but then it went to my neck, okay? And it was so itchy. I have to scratch it, okay? And then it went to my armpit as well. So it was a very nightmare for me. I cannot sleep at night, okay? Sometimes I didn't realize that I keep on scratching my body, and sometimes whenever I woke up in the morning, I see a lot of dead skin cells on my bed sheet, on my pillow, and it was really unhappy moment for me, and I still remember that stage in my life. Okay, and to be honest, though it's happened on 2019, 2020 I still have it, but it's still reduced, and 2000 until this year as well. So during that time, what happened was I went to see doctor. I went to see more than 3 doctors. So I went to see doctor, and then they prescribed me an antihistamine pill, some lotion, and then the doctor would say that if this doesn't help me, come see me again, and then I see the same doctor, it doesn't work. I went to see a different doctor. They will prescribe me different brand of lotion and different type of antihistamine pill. So, well, it helps me back then, but it doesn't be able to solve my problem. I even drove all the way to Tangkap to see this famous doctor. I'm not sure you've heard about him. Okay, and at the end, it's still the same. I got lotion, so many lotions. When that is not working, I even went to the pharmacist to find whatever lotion that could help me. Okay, and every single day I have to put lotion everywhere because it was really, really itchy for me. Okay, and then I have like stack of antihistamine pills. This not work, I'll try these pills. Okay, so I would say that my life was really horrible at that time. Okay, so what happened was this year I was invited to the same session like today as a duo day. So I was listening to the session, same like what Philip shared, and then I found there was some testimonial on eczema. So I told myself, let me try to do this because I tried many ways, right? And I have not recovered, okay? I just remember that when I went to see so many doctors, I spent so much of money, like thousands and thousands, okay? So I thought myself, you know what, like just give this duo, Ultimate Duo a try. So on my second set of Ultimate Duo, I already see the recovering, like my fingers are okay. You can see here, everything's like good, okay? And it reduced so much, okay? On my neck also, I don't really have those itchiness, okay? And you know, people who eczema, we are very sensitive. We cannot go under the hot sun. Everything must under aircon. I cannot like have dust, you know. So we're very sensitive. Okay. So, but I found that I really improved a lot, and I'm really thankful to Ultimate Duo because my life is like normal. Okay. And on my recent event, I've been helping a lot of my family on our durian farm. Okay, so you know, whenever we went to durian farm and you know mangosteen, I have to pack all this mangosteen. All my fingers are exposed to the fruits. You know, they got some dust and everything, right? But surprisingly, I did not have any eczema flare. I remember last year after our first MCO lockdown, I went to my hometown and to my farm. I remember that I cannot last longer than 1 hour. I wanted to go out as much as I possible because it was really hot and I was scratch my body everywhere. What I want is just like a very cold place so it can relieve the itchiness. So I would say that Ultimate Duo have really helped me. Thank you so much. I feel that my life have like normal already. And I don't even remember that I had all this because it's like so normal, okay? And I just want to say thank you so much for my uplines who have actually invited me to this Duo Day, Prof. Zai, Izian, Chicha, and Apple. And thank you so much, everyone. Okay, back to you, Philip.
Thank you so much, Ila, right, for sharing this with us. You know, even when she shared, I can really imagine that roller coaster of, you know, of emotions, right? And I think for her, it was triggered by the ketogenic diet that she experimented back then, right? And definitely our triggers varies from person to another. You know, these things are unwanted, right? But unfortunately, it's here, and she has tried many measures as well. So I'm sure in the crowd, you could also relate to it. Maybe you know people who can relate to it, right? And I'm so glad that she has benefited so much from it, right? That you can even pick up fruits, because I know those fruits, mangosteen, they tend to be a bit sticky, that kind of thing, you know, and it could affect the skin, right? So really grateful, and thank you, Ila, again for your very sincere sharing. Okay, so yes, so I would like to also share with this story about this guy named Wilson as well, right? And he has a skin condition called psoriasis. It's pretty bad, right? And he has tried many ways that he really want to give up already, but the wife persisted to actually share this with him. He has tried needlings, whatever lotion that Ila mentioned, you know, steroid creams, whatever he has tried, you know. But through our ageLOC products, Duo Pack, right, he has benefited so much from it, you know. And not just that, you know, actually, because he also took one of our other programs called TN90, right, so alongside together with a synergistic effect, right, actually his fatty liver and his thyroid issue, right, were all gone. His life really changed a whole lot because of the ageLOC products, right? And he was like a typical husband that don't want to try anymore, you know, but thankfully the wife persisted. Okay, so yeah, I think some of you guys can maybe also relate to this, right? Wrinkles and fine lines and age spots. Just to let you know that age spot, you know, it's my mom. Okay, she has benefited so much from it, and she has tried so many ways, right, to actually rectify her skin. For those people who tried, maybe you all know what PRP lah, vitamin C infusion. I can't believe my mom went for that, you know, literally IV vitamin C, you know. But in the name of beauty, I think women are really able to go that extra measure, right? But I'm so glad for her. And if you look in the photo on the bottom left, right, our product has been shown that it does help. It does help in your skin tremendously, especially this experiment when they actually expose you to the ultraviolet light, the UV light, you know, from the sun as well. Okay, another example that I want to share with you, another close example to me, is actually my girlfriend. You know, she has this genetic acne problem since she was very young, and she has been consuming medication from skin specialists, right? Be it steroids, antibiotics, whatever it may be, even something called raw Accutane, she told me, right? But it could never help. People are supposed to take only for short term, right? But she has taken it for years with a lot of side effects: bloating, period not there, weight gain, a lot of different side effects, right? Even oily hair as well. Okay, but she could never drop the medication, you see, and because of that, every 3 months, I think, or every 1 month she has to go for a liver test. But one day, because her brother, which benefited a lot from the product, and the brother is also a medical doctor in Singapore, right, recommended this to her, right, she decided to give it a try. And really, after a series of blood pack, right, she has benefited so much, she's no longer on the medication anymore, right? Okay. Another common problem, right, among the elderly, especially, you know, bladder problem. All right, it's true, you know. So actually, when it comes to this problem, it's really uncontrollable, right? That's why they have to wear adult diapers. But really, through consuming the products, right, her bladder control problem has now gone. All right. Another thing, yeah, this one, age-related macular degeneration, right? It's regarding the eye. All right. For this guy over here, he's 90 years old already, you know. Okay, but I really believe no matter your age is lah, you know, your eye is always priceless. Imagine today, right, I asked you to give me your eyes, right, for ringgit 1 million. I don't think you would. You never see the beautiful sunrise and sunset again. All right, it's definitely not worth it, right? No matter your age, every part of your body is not worth it. It's priceless. Okay, and he has benefited so much from it too. Okay, so of course, I'm coming to an end of my slides, right? I want to share this with you, right? Actually, this is Benny Chong and Vera Waters, right? If you recognize our friends here, Chichai and actually Emily on the left, right, and Sydney at the bottom, right, taking photos with them. All right, these are real life people, right, that have been a beneficiary of the ageLOC products for many, many years and decades, right? Okay, and they don't look their age at all. All right, look at Benny, he's in his 50s already, now close to 60s, because that photo was like 3-4 years ago. All right, look at Vera Waters now. She was celebrating her birthday, you know, her 85th birthday. She could still look like that at that age, right? You know, still maintain that composure. If you look at it, she's not slouching. All right, that composure, you know. All right, and the next one is, of course, all right, Annie Wu. All right, I think a lot of us know her, right? Maybe not, some of us know her, right? So this is how she looked like in 2000, 2010, and even now, the most latest photo on the bottom, all right, she's exercising, having that cup of tea, right? All right, she's actually close to 50 years old already. Can you imagine, friends? She's looking like that, right? Even for our friend on the right, Selenium, right? She's from Singapore, all right? She's also in her 50s already, all right? Of course, she does look different compared to when she's younger, but so slow, so gracefully. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so friends, if today, right, it's not about health for you, it's about trying to maintain your looks and appearance, right? I think it's worth it. If you start now, you ageLOC now as well, right? Definitely worth it. Health and looks are priceless, right? You know, I'm so fearful that one day I really develop a lot of love, right? And I told my girlfriend this, I want to look like this even though I'm in my 40s or 50s, okay? I want to lock my age as it is, okay? Okay, so that comes the end of my sharing, right? I hope my sharing has helped a whole lot of you, right? Regardless you're having health issues or your parents are having health issues or not, right? I believe wholeheartedly, right, you can benefit so much from it. Maybe ask your friend that has brought you here today, right, to understand more about it, right? That marks the end of my sharing. I'm going to